Hi, this is Shayna with Tarot Angelica Tarot. I am doing a pick a card reading for those who wish to know how to bring the miracles, what they're wanting, their deep wants and desires into their life, anything that maybe you feel like is standing in your way or holding you back from attaining the prosperity, abundance, love, whatever it is that you're wanting into your life. This reading is for you. So what I'm going to have you do is pick a card, 1, 2, or 3. If you want to stop the video and kind of tune in, listen to your intuition, whatever stands out for you, or you can pick generally from any of these crystals. Either the first one, for those who pick one, this is Amethyst. The second one is Selenite. And the third one is a Quartz crystal. So if you're resonating with one of these, then go ahead and you can either pick a number between 1 and 3, or you can pick the crystal that you feel like resonates most with you right now. So go ahead and pause the video and tune in and figure out which one feels most right to you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. For those who pick the Amethyst or pick number 1, the cards I got for you is the 7 of Swords, Root Chakra, and from the Sacred Rebels, What You Want Wants You. Now, overall, what I'm getting from these cards, the 7 of Swords really can be about lies and deception. It can be something that you are either taking away from yourself, or somebody around you is kind of taking something away from you, whether it's your self-empowerment, or you feel as though the world around you is kind of creating this situation for you. And because the root chakra here, this has a lot to do with your sense of security. It can have, the root chakra is, it stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. So it has a lot to do with passion and desire, but it has mostly to do with our deep inner feelings of security. And if you have others in your life that you may feel like are taking something away from you, holding you back, this may be the key to what is really keeping you from bringing in what you want in your life. Often root chakra issues, they can affect certain specific areas of the body, usually the lower body, in the spine and in the legs. There may be health problems related to this if you have root chakra issues, but often there's a deep sense of insecurity. Self-worth issues can be an issue, and coming to the realization, and the blockages, what may be blocking you from you attaining what you truly want and need and want to have in your life, are these issues based on these issues of security, and maybe even having people around you who are disempowering you in some way. And what you wants you. This card really is about getting over feelings of not having enough self-worth. You are worthy, and you may feel like, the situations in your life, there's much that you feel is holding you back, but the only person that really is holding you back is yourself. So if you are having security issues or feelings, or have people around you that are disempowering you, sometimes in order to attract what we want into our life, sometimes we really just have to let people go that are no longer right for us and are not serving our higher interests and our sense of well-being. And so just to get to the bottom of these security issues, if you feel like you're having issues with that security in your relationships, in your job, making ends meet at your job, know that you have self-worth. You are worthy of anything you want and desire in your life. Do not hold yourself back. Do not let other people hold you back, because if you want others to value you, you know, you have to value yourself first. You know, I have been really thinking about that recently, that self-value is honestly the key to, and how you feel about yourself is very key in how others are going to see you, how others are, whether going at a job, if you don't value yourself, why would your employer value you? You have to start there and know your own worth. And you are worthy. There's no one on this planet who is not worthy. You know, you can become anything you want to be in this life. You know, don't let others around you, whether they be family or someone you're in a relationship with, hold you back. And if they are holding you back, it might be time to walk away from those relationships, even if it is hard. It might be time to walk away. And I really am kind of sensing overall from those who picked one, that there might be others in your surroundings, whether even if it's a job you need to walk away from. You know, whatever your dream is, you know, think back to when you were young, and what was your dream when you were young? Are you living that dream? You know, often in life we kind of get caught in the middle of our lives, and we realize, wow, you know, my life didn't really turn out anything like what I thought, you know, what I dreamt my life would be like when I was younger. But those dreams still live within you, and you have every right to go stop in the middle of your life and say, hey, this is not what I wanted. This isn't what I want. And go claim that, you know, and get creative. Whatever you envision yourself doing, you know, being a writer, painter, artist, you know, whether you wanted to be on stage, acting, be a musician, or, you know, or being a teacher, or whatever it is that you feel called to do. The only thing really honestly standing in your way of going after your dreams is you. And, you know, you really have to release those elements in your life, other people, and those belief systems that are really keeping you in a lower place, or a place of where you feel insecure. There's no reason for that. You can go after anything you want in this life. There's so much abundance in this universe available to you if you truly want to go after it and seek it. So anyway, for those of you who picked one, I really feel like, you know, the entire message here really is about releasing blockages, releasing people from your life that are holding you back and disempowering you, because there's a lot more waiting out there for you that you honestly deserve, and it is your birthright to receive in this life. There's no reason at all. It is your birthright to have abundance in your life and to have love in your life. And the only thing really holding you back is you. So figure out what your dreams are and go after them. Okay, so let me put that up. Those who picked 2 are the Selenites. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, I had gotten kind of inside this may have to do with love. Maybe not for everyone. Not everyone may resonate with this as a love reading, but it could be. The Knight of Cups, that is an energy, an emotional energy, something moving into your life. You know, we think of the knight in shining armor with the Knight of Cups. It's an emotional offering, a love offering of some kind that's coming to you now. You know, and what's interesting with the dynamic and shock of the new, they're actually very similar. Dynamic, and the frequency of, it's kind of blurry, I apologize about that. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin, those aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. And shock of the new is, they're both talking about things that are unusual and different and new. So there may be a new relationship that is completely different and new and dynamic with multiple layers to it, that it might be coming into your reality at this point. It may be a current relationship or a new one. And even if it doesn't have to do with love, this is really more of an emotional based reading for those who pick two. And it's kind of looking at those layers to our life. That there's different elements there, and kind of, integrating those different things into our life. I mean, if you're feeling out of balance, that, between your emotional needs, your mental needs, feeling torn between family, love, work, all these different aspects of your life, and feeling like, well, hey, if I focus on one, I might have to sacrifice the other. Dynamic is really about, balancing all of that. You can find harmony in your life between work and your family, your children, the love in your life, and to not forget your creative passions, the things that you personally, don't sacrifice yourself and your own personal needs. I mean, there's a lot in our lives, we sacrifice on a daily basis, for our families, for our jobs. Don't sacrifice yourself. If those of you out there who, it's been my nature a lot to put others first in my life, and throughout many years, I kind of lost myself in the process, and I kind of came to a point where I realized, it's time to start putting myself first as well. You can have a job and your family and your children, but you got to take care of yourself too, and you got to find things you enjoy doing. I mean, heal that. Knight of Cups, that's your emotional body. That's, whether you need to spend time emotionally nurturing yourself, doing things that bring you that ease, grace, and great joy into your life, do it. And you might have to do something different. And with Shock of the New, that talks about, there may be just an element there. You need to try something radically different that is so unlike anything you've ever done before. Go do it, because or that element may be coming into your life now. There may be something in your life right now that's just so unusual or eccentric or different that you maybe have never thought about trying before creatively, or trying a job that's totally different than anything you've ever done before, whatever it is, or dating someone who's totally different than anybody you've dated before. There's kind of a need here for those who pick two. I really feel that to just do something different, change things up, to have this new emotional experience come into your life, whatever this Knight of Cups is for you, whether it's a love relationship, really try to open yourself up to change and to allowing something different to come into your life. Sometimes our life gets so stagnant that we don't think our lives are going to change and things are always going to be the same, but that's not the case. I mean, it doesn't have to be that way. If you want change in your life, change something. If your life feels stagnant, go try something new. Do something off the wall and strange and something you never thought of doing before. And I've talked about this before in my readings a lot. That, I've noticed that when I make a change in my life, when I make a conscious choice to make a change in my life, it seems like everything kind of just falls into place, and things start moving. That energy kind of just starts moving, and, everything just kind of becomes clearer for me, and a new path seems to open up for me that I wasn't either aware of before, that was always there, or a new path literally just opens up for me because I made a conscious choice to change something. So if you're wanting to bring this Knight of Cups, that new love into your life, or if it's not about love, you're just wanting a new more emotionally satisfying life, emotionally satisfying career, whatever it is, make a conscious choice to go out there and change something, and create a vision board for yourself. That really helps. And I recommend this to everybody who picks 1, 2, or 3. I created a vision board for myself, months and months ago. Actually, probably it's been close to a year. It's been a long time. And I put all the things on there that, I want in my life, different things with regards to my career or regards to, my relationships, things I want to do with my family, with my children, things I spiritually want for myself. Go, get on the computer and create a vision board for yourself. Put things on there that are new and different, things you've never tried before that you want to do. If you want to, go try a new way to exercise, if there's like, I don't know, I mean, hiking or, go out to the lake and, there's just different things that you can do to add more variety into your life. If you want new experiences, you want to attract new elements into your life. Take an art class. I mean, there's just so much you can do to add variety to your life where things don't feel stagnant. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for those who picked 2. Overall, I really feel that the message here is to change something and to don't be afraid that if something is different or, that shock of the new, that, this is bizarre or strange. I don't know if I want to try this because it's so different. Try it. See if you don't like it, you can go back to the way things were before, or you can go back to something, safer. But I think, just trying something different in your life can bring about this new emotional fulfillment into your life, or love relationship, if that is what you're seeking. So, or more satisfaction in your current relationship. Okay, so set these to the side. Just give me a second. For those of you who picked 3 or the quartz crystal, move this out of the way. Okay, the cards I got here, I got the 4 of Pentacles, belief, and conscious connections. The 4 of Pentacles, there's different ways to view this card. I really see this card as our foundations. This card right here. But it can also be this, if you look at him, he kind of has this kind of really protective stance, like he's trying to hold on to something very, very tightly, whether, it's his beliefs card here, that kind of makes sense. I mean, whether it's holding on to a belief system, or something from the past, their finances or a relationship, it has to do with kind of holding on to something very, very tightly and not wanting to let go. Or it can be about self-protection too. It could be interpreted in so many ways, but to me, with the belief card here, and I've got conscious connections too, I'm really feeling that this has to do with the foundations in the past and kind of holding on to things that maybe belief systems that are kind of getting in the way of, or creating a blockage for growth, for bringing in, whatever it is you're wanting in your life. Sometimes our minds and our belief systems can really get in the way of opening ourselves up to new opportunity. Belief here, the frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and strong connection to source. So self-worth here, I talked a little bit about self-worth, and for those who picked 2, this seems to be, it might be an issue here too for those who are having self-worth issues. But our beliefs and going back to our foundations, whether it's, with a family, from, people from our childhood, our parents, tragic childhood memories, whatever it is, our religious beliefs, political beliefs, anything really that we have a very strong attached belief to, that we are kind of using as a shield to protect ourselves, as a guard against the world around us, kind of hinders that flow of that source energy kind of coming into our lives and showing us a new way to be, because times are always changing, and I really think there's always a new energy. I have my beliefs from my childhood. I was raised very spiritually, and even though I still firmly I love how I was raised in the belief system I was raised in, but I'm constantly finding new ways to understand the world around me and believe that what the universe or source is trying to show me, a new concepts coming into my life, new ways of living my life that I find more helpful. So for those of you who have very strong, not issues, but very strong belief systems that were built in the past, and we get those, conditioned through our childhood, our beliefs, our emotional beliefs in ourselves, our mental beliefs in ourselves, that are from those foundations too. Those can be issues, and that might be, for some of you, that may resonate more with you, that this has to do with how we're conditioned to believe as children. And most of our conditioning comes from, especially, the ages of 1 through 7. We were living at that point in time in our lives. Our brains were in what theta waves were kind of dominating our consciousness at that time. I mean, we weren't. We were very much in our physical, kind of emotional bodies, and we were getting very impressed by, how our parents believe, their belief systems, the things we were taught about our behavior and about ourselves. A lot of that we learned very, very early on in life, and it's very hard to change those things. And shadow work, I've tried to mention this in another reading. I've been doing a lot of shadow work, and to go back to some of these core beliefs that I've had, what the things that have happened to me in school during elementary, small tragedies as a child, that sort of thing, and with other people, but in my life. And doing this shadow work, kind of going into these emotions that we have, we may be feeling anxiety or stress or depression, taking the time to really, instead of ignoring and suppressing those emotions and those thoughts, going deeper into them instead, and kind of sitting with them and asking them, letting them know that you acknowledge them, and what is it trying to show you? What are those feelings that you're feeling, or those beliefs trying to show you, as far as your foundations? And yes, you can go in and change those core beliefs and not let them affect you anymore. That whatever that conditioning was as a child. And here with Conscious Connections, that's about making choices about who you have in your life, the kind of people that you have around you. If you want more conscious connections in your life, people who are more like you, who, that do share your beliefs. Maybe it's somebody that, you have very strong foundations and you have a strong belief system, and you want more people in your life who share your beliefs and your ideas about the world, who just kind of vibe with you. And maybe you feel like right now there's not a lot of people out there who you can really connect with. But I really think that taking the time to fix some of these core beliefs, maybe this conditioning, can help you with that. Maybe do some shadow work to kind of get to the root of some issues if you have things that maybe keep coming up, patterns in your relationship. Something, sometimes we date the same person over and over again, maybe different people, but the same kind of person. And if you want more conscious connections in your life, I think doing shadow work is very helpful for that. Like I said, doing things differently, like with the last reading, those who picked 2, I mean, just try something new, something different, and go out there if you want more conscious connections, and, go do the activities that you like to do, and you're going to attract people who like to do those activities too, But so Conscious Connections really has a lot to do with, it's not just about, finding the people in our lives that we connect to, that we want to have in our lives. It's also about letting go of people who are no longer good for us. And as we grow and change change some of these core beliefs, the things that are kind of holding us back, sometimes we just have to let people go out of our lives that really are not growing and changing with us. So, and then we can find those people that are more conscious, as we are, and try to make connections with others who share our core values. So, or our core beliefs, who kind of vibe more with us. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. And please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel if this resonates. I have a webpage. It's Tara Angelica Tarot. And also you can email me at taraangelicatarot.gmail, or at gmail.com. And I also have a Facebook page. That's all. This is listed below under this YouTube video. If you want to like and subscribe, and then go ahead, and if you want a personal reading, you're welcome to have one. You can go to my Facebook or my webpage, and there's information there about that. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for you. And I hope you all have a good day.